This morning I want to introduce our guests. There are three of them, Arlene and Amber and Kathy. And I would like to invite them up. They're going to talk about a new and wonderful adventure that's starting here in Front Royal, the Artisan Trail, which is very, very, I think it's going to be very, very good for our community, both economically and just dynamic organization. So if y'all would like to come up now.
Ladies.
This is Kathy, this is Arlene, and this is Amber. Amber, you want to come up and just give a brief overview of what we're going to hear? Thank you.
I'm Amber Mitchell. I've been with the Artisan Trail since we kind of started doing this here. Arlene's been a little bit longer than I have, but we have been at this for about a year or so, but we finally got our funding from the town and the county in July, and we hit the ground running. We've already had a few events, and we've even had like a naming where people could come out and give ideas about names for our trail. But Kathy's with the Artisan Center of Virginia, and she can give you guys a little more detail than I will.
Do you want to say something, Arlene?
I just feel this is important for our community. We have a lot of artists in our area, agricultural, different lodgings, and I think it would be a great asset to Warren County.
Okay. I don't think I need the microphone. Okay. I'm the trail coordinator with the Artisan Center of Virginia and the Artisan Trail Network. So those are one but slightly different, okay? What we're building here is a trail. So on your tables, we did put some brochures out. The brochure is the inaugural piece, so that hopefully will be coming out early spring when the trail never closes, but we will have to cut off so that we can actually print the brochure. So the trail is a conglomeration of artisans, agri-artisans, art venues, locally owned restaurants, locally owned lodging, campgrounds, that sort of thing, and then what we call points of interest. So points of interest might be festivals, they could be museums, they could be historic homes, theaters. The Artisan Trail is about a visitor experience. So if you're an artisan and you have a studio where people can come and see it, that's a visitor experience. There's something in the vicinity of 6 million people each year in the United States that travel to see what artisans are doing. And that's great. When they come to Warren, when they come to Front Royal, we want them to come see the artisans. Those are tourism dollars that benefit your community, but we want them to stick around a little longer. So we need to have local restaurants on there. We need to have lodging on there because I'm not driving from Waynesboro, which takes an hour and a half, to come see Arlene's studio. Arlene's great, love her studio, love Arlene, but that's a long drive to see one thing or even two things. And the whole point of the Artisan Trail is that it is about a collaboration of individuals, artisans, and all that support group that I mentioned. So the restaurants and the lodging, because maybe instead of me driving up for the afternoon to go to a couple of places and maybe drop 40, 50 bucks or maybe even a couple of hundred if I buy a nice piece of art, maybe I'll stay the weekend and drop a lot more. And that benefits more people because those dollars that get spent at that restaurant and at that lodging and at all those artisans filter back out to the community. Those create jobs. So we're all about the collaboration. It's about people working together. So that if I come to your shop or your studio, after I've seen what you have to offer, I'm going to be asking, what else is there to do in Front Royal? And if you don't know who your other neighbors are, who the other artisans are, where a good place is for me to go eat, besides McDonald's, I've got McDonald's at home. So it doesn't engage me. So what we want is to create a collaboration between all of these individuals so that they can tell other people. So when the brochure actually comes out, and I put some, I'm going to move into your range for just a minute. I put some of these out on the table. These are some of the locations, some of the trails that are adjacent to you. So when this comes out in the spring and we have the inaugural event, we'll have all of these artisans, all of these restaurateurs, the lodging people, we'll invite them to a single, I thought it was mine.
He's always on call.
We'll have a single big party that is not open to the public. That event will be open only to the trail people, and it's to introduce them to one another if they haven't already been. The reality is that the potter who's on Main may have never been a little further out of town to the campground. He may not, he knows there's a campground out there, but he doesn't know anything about it. This is so they can all bring, if they're individual artists, they can bring a sample of their work so I can see the vase that you've created or whatever. And I know when somebody says, is there a potter in town? I can remember, oh yeah, Arlene's here, and there's that other person, and somebody down here, oh, I really liked that piece, because that engages them with you. Then they really know about it. So this is the list. I think I've got, yeah, this is top of Virginia. So this is Winchester, Frederick, and Clark County. These are all the individuals that are on the trail. They're by category, if you've had an opportunity to look at it, to take a look at these. But each brochure is similar but not the same. Mac McIntyre, who I suspect most of you know, has the Apple House. Mac says this is the donut hole. We have trails that surround you. So every county around you already has an artisan trail. So you may have gone to one of those other trails to what they sometimes call an open door tour, or for one of their other events, or even just to an individual location. You're the donut hole. We're trying to fill that donut in so that it becomes more of a muffin. And this is the donut hole. And we need to get not only those artisans, but we need the restaurants on. We need the restaurants on. We need some local lodging. And then we need points of interest, because as much as I love artists and I do travel to see a lot of artwork, I like to eat more. It should be really evident. And I like to eat good food. I like to eat local food. So I want to go someplace more like Mac's than I do to McDonald's. I'm a lot more interested in the local people, and that's what the Artisan Trail is really all about. I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to find out if you all have any questions. Yes, ma'am.